Next up, we have TAUP Vice President Jenny Shanker, fearless and tireless here, to read a statement from State Rep and former Temple Adjunct Chris Rabb, who unfortunately was unable to be here today, but he is a huge supporter of ours, as well as a fierce fighter for justice in Harrisburg. Give it up for Jenny.
Thank you, everybody. Chris Rabb is somebody who I met at a union meeting here at Temple University when he was teaching as an adjunct at Fox School of Business. He, unfortunately, as Mary said, he couldn't be here today, but I'm proud to be able to deliver his message. He writes, in 2011, I was invited to teach social entrepreneurship to undergrads at Temple. I enthusiastically accepted that invitation over 8 semesters. I taught hundreds of students about community wealth building through embracing organizational innovation. 4 years later, the very thing I was asked to teach about is what led to me being uninvited to teach for my 9th straight semester. Why? Because in 2015, I stood shoulder to shoulder with many of you who continue to fight the good fight today. Despite the odds, adjuncts won in a landslide victory to secure our place in what would be an expanded and stronger TAUP. When 1,500 adjuncts raised our collective voices to demand collective bargaining rights and end poverty wages. It was one of many battles in the war against Walmartification of academia. But we proved in that moment that when we fight together, we win. Just months after Temple chose to abruptly end my relationship with the university, I was elected to serve in the Pennsylvania General Assembly, where I've continued to fight for workers' rights and community wealth building. And in a mere 6 months after taking office, Temple asked me for $150 million to help the university continue to serve its students. I want to make this crystal clear to the administration. You cannot do right by students if you disrespect those who teach them and keep this university afloat. Know also that I am not alone among legislators who value what you all do at this university and for this university, who don't want to punish Temple. We want to remind it of its mission and all of the stakeholders who must share in its success. We will be watching these negotiations very carefully, and we'll remember this administration's choices when it's budget season next spring. Just as Temple likes to wine and dine my colleagues and me in the state legislature, not me. We'd like to see that $150 million of taxpayer dollars and maybe more be put to its best use. But before such a commitment takes root, we need to know that you will do right by TAUP. How are diamonds made? Through extreme, enduring pressure. So press on, TAUP. I'm honored to fight by your side.
Thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Representative Rabb. I would pay to see Jenny wine and dine with the Board of Directors.
That's our fundraiser.